Alrighty guys, welcome back to today's video. We are going to be pulling the subframe on the S14. This thing is so dirty since I got back from the fabrication shop. I am trying something different. I am not filming on my phone today. I am filming on my GoPro. I got a new GoPro for Christmas. We're gonna give it a go. It's actually kind of nice because I can see myself on the left and I can look at you guys over there. But yeah, we're switching up from the phone. I was also able to connect my microphone to it, so hopefully the audio quality is decent. So I'm going to flip this thing around because I think it'd be easier to do the subframe with the rear over here rather than being cramped over there. So we're going to give that a go. I get this thing started. I should start. But yeah, so this thing is just disgusting. I was thinking about washing it, but then I was like, nah, I'll wash it once we pull this thing out of the garage and it's ready to be driven again. So let's pull this thing around, or flip this thing around, and get started on this little project. So I just did filmed a couple of clips with the microphone connected via Bluetooth. It did kind of sound weird. I know it sounds better when I have it directly plugged into my phone because you're not, I don't know, there's a thing where if you have it directly plugged into your phone, it works better than just over Bluetooth. The Bluetooth sounded a little weird. I also tried to do an audio clip of the cold start of the car, and it kind of sounded like garbage. I had it, the microphone on the rear of the car over here, down there. Did not sound good. So I might put a little bit of that in, but I'll probably just silence it because it sounded like garbage. I'm going to try the audio out here with just the GoPro audio. Maybe that will be a little bit better. I don't know. We're just going to play around, figure out what works, and to give you guys the best quality that I can with the tools that I have. So, car flipped around as you guys can see. I get this thing jacked up and then start taking stuff apart, I guess. Alrighty guys, I have not got this guy set up, but I did end up just getting some wire today, so hopefully in the next video or two we'll be getting going on that. Should update you. I did get this thing for Christmas. It's a portable air compressor, so it'll be nice to take to the track since the 240 does not have a cigarette lighter. So we'll pump the tires up, especially for grass roots, stuff like that. But yeah, 240's jacked up. What else did I say? Let's get started on this thing. I need to find some tools and get going because I want to get this thing done. I have some paint, so maybe I'll be able to paint it. Got some nice silver. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's get over there and get to tearing this thing apart. Alrighty, wheels are off. Those are the cars. A little extra safety precaution just in case. Next things up, we're gonna get this exhaust off, which thank God, because I need to fix this exhaust because if you guys can see, it just rattles and it hits up here when I'm driving, and it's super annoying. So let's get this thing sorted out, get it off, and figure out what's there from next. I think we're gonna do the brakes, take those off, hang those up on the coils, and then start just unbolting stuff and see what falls out. Alright, so basically just have from the downpipe back, just to make as much room as I can. I have a new, or not a new, but a used replacement downpipe for that guy up there. I might put that on, we'll see. I don't really know if I want to deal with rusty bolts, but who knows. I got enough to go deal with the subframe back here. So I think next up, now that we got the exhaust out of the way, we're gonna pop these off, pop that off, and then probably just find a nice little spot to hang them up, and then I guess pop this off. And I think there's an e-brake bracket I need to worry about. I think this one maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Theoretically I hope it kind of just comes all off without too much issue, but we'll see. So let's get these guys off and go from there. So I gotta stop saying alrighty. I keep noticing that in the videos, and there's a couple of things I say I can't think off the top of my head, but I need to stop saying some of these words repetitively. Calipers are off. The bracket I was talking about this thing over here, but no, it's actually, you guys can see back here. Let me see if I can get you in there. There's kind of an e-brake bracket, or that holds the e-brake cable here to the subframe. So we gotta just pop those off. Looks like just 2 bolts on the subframe, and those should pop off. I did order a set of new rear brake pads. I just replaced these ones recently, but I ordered myself a set of the Project, let me fix you guys here, Project Mu D1 spec 240 rear brake pads should help with locking up the rear a little bit better than these O'Reilly's organic brake pads that just recently actually started locking up decent after I've had them on for a few months. So these are definitely not the best brake pads if you want to lock up your rear end. So we got some Project Mu ones, but unfortunately I don't have them as they are on back order. And I ordered those on Black Friday back in like November. That's when Black Friday is. But yeah, on back order, no ETA right now. So hopefully they show up before the start of the season. I'm just gonna keep my order placed and hope they show up. We'll have to go through this all over again and get it done. But yeah, next up, I'm gonna take those off and then I think just start taking bolts off and the subframe should just fall out, right? No, I actually have to take the coilover bolt off down here. So push that aside and then we should be good. So as I was thinking, or as I was taking these, unbolting the coilovers from the knuckles, I was thinking as the subframe or the suspension just kind of dropped. I'm like, oh yeah, I should really replace these. I wish I would have ordered some new bushings. They do make Nismo arms for these. They're really nice and pretty and silver, but they're also like $500, and I don't want to spend $500 on control arms. So I should have bought bushings if I'm going to do this right. But I guess I'll have to do that at a later date because I did not order bushings, and I'm not trying to wait 2 weeks or whatever, how long it is for those things to show up. So we're gonna rock with what we got and get going. So I have been trying to get, I don't know if can I zoom in on this thing? I don't even think so. So there is this stupid subframe bracket bolt I was telling you about. It's like right back here. So I was taking it out, going through the motions of getting it out, and I was using, what was I was using just a standard wrench. I don't know where the hell it went. Using a standard wrench, and I was like, okay, let me toss this guy in there, the ratcheting wrench. It's got a little bit of a fatter head. Not even thinking about it, loosening the bolt, it's pretty much ready to come out. I gotta pull the wrench out, and then the wrench gets stuck. So, fun fact, if you're doing this, be careful, because you'll get your wrench stuck, and then you get a pain in the butt to get the bolt to thread back in, so you get the wrench off, and then you can go re-unthread it again carefully. So that was the update for that. I spent about 10 minutes trying to get this stupid wrench unstuck from there. So, let's try this again. So as I'm taking this bolt out in here, I'm really just thinking to myself, I'm like, I really hope this bolt is not too long to be able to pull out. If it's too long to pull out, then that'll be annoying. So let's see what happens. I think it's almost ready to come out, but let's find out. Okay, so the bolt is unthreaded. It is not out, but it's unthreaded and not in the hole anymore. And like as soon as I did a couple more turns, it popped up and kind of jammed itself in there. So now it's just gonna sit there. We're gonna leave it. When we drop the subframe, it'll probably fall. So I gotta remember to grab that, note to self. So we'll do that. Now we gotta go to the other side. Very excited to do that. Love doing this bolt. Super fun. No, but not too bad once you aren't stupid about it. So let's get this other side popped out. And then I realized subconsciously I gotta do the drive shaft. So that's simple. Hopefully, knock on glass. Pop this out, and then we should be able to just start dropping the subframe. I think. If I think of something, I'm sure I will. I'll update you guys. Alrighty, so God, I said alrighty again, but I got the bolt out finally. This side was a little bit less fun because it had this little metal shield, so I kept nicking my finger on there, but we got it out. This one actually came out. It's just little 10 mil, so I gotta make sure not to lose that. But that was a good old time. I was worried it wasn't gonna come out because it looks tighter on that side, but it eventually just popped on out, so works for me. Now drive shaft and then the subframe mounting locations. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's crawl under here real quick. You guys can see drive shaft is disconnected. I feel like this is, there's a speed sensor. I popped that off. I think that's all that's connected to the subframe that I need to worry about. Coils are off. So I think now we have to just find all the locations of the mounting bolts. Looks like 1, 2, and then 3, and then there's a 4th one over there. So do that very carefully. So hopefully I don't squish myself. We'll see. Hopefully not though. Worst comes to worst, I just run away. But so far, so good. Everything is going okay. Try to get this out and probably pause for the day. Continue the rest tomorrow. It's getting a little chilly out now that the sun has gone down. So yeah. So far, so good. So let's see what we can do and get the subframe out of the car. I got this side here broken loose. It was weird. I thought it was just gonna be like a normal bushing, but it looks like just pieces of aluminum. So like a spacer deal. So that's weird. So I broke that side loose. Gonna break the other side loose, and then that corner, and then the far passenger side corner. So, and then we'll slowly drop it down and hope it doesn't tumble. So wish me luck, and I'll show you guys when this thing is coming out of the car. I got all of the nuts loose on the subframe, so that's good. Those things were super tight, and I was really scared that the studs were gonna, I don't know, snap or something like that, and I would have been really upset about that. But I did spray some WD-40 on it and took a little lunch break and snacked. Let it soak in. I think that might have helped. Shout out to my trusty Harbor Freight breaker bar that never lets me down. Got those bolts loose. Everything is pretty much ready to come out. I'm gonna wait until my father gets here so I don't drop a subframe on myself. I feel like that's a smart idea. So he's gonna come make sure I don't die while I drop this thing out of the car. But then yeah, we are one step closer to refreshing this subframe. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Let me know what you think of the GoPro quality versus my phone. I think it should be better. I hope it's better. But yeah, and I think I learned, I watched a few clips back, and I think I learned the audio is definitely better without the microphone via Bluetooth versus with it. It works good on my phone when I have it connected to my phone, but I'm trying to get you guys better quality too. So we'll figure out, see if I can get a microphone hooked up to this thing. Maybe if I'm able to plug it into the USB-C port that this camera has, that might work. We'll see. We'll play around with it and see what happens. But so far, just upgrading quality one step at a time with 2026. And yeah, I'm super excited to drive this thing. I'm getting some FOMO not driving it. I've seen all the events on Instagram and whatnot. If you guys haven't checked out my Instagram or my TikTok, give that a look over. I'm going to post more on there. Just trying to grow everything here and there. See what we can do with 2026 and just making the most of it. There's that bolt that got stuck. Now it's out. Let me check the brake calipers on this side.
Hurry up, I'm holding it.
I'm going. Okay, 3, 2. Your fingers.
That's barely clear.
So as you guys just saw, we did get the subframe out. You guys can tell it's almost dark now, and it's cold. It was nice and warm when I started the day, but now it is not so nice and warm, and it is a little chilly. But if you guys will check this out here, we got the subframe out. So I was looking at these over here on the bushings. I was telling you about how it's like weird. It has like these shims, and I was wondering, I don't know necessarily what that's for. Like, look at all that crud in there. So we're gonna clean these up. We're gonna still reuse these because these are fine. They're solid aluminum, so they should be fine and dandy. But it's weird that the shims are there. I'm not sure what the point of that is. If someone would like to inform me below, that would be awesome, but I'm not sure. And then I was looking, I don't know if I have a flashlight around here. Let me see. Show you guys what I am talking about. Here's a flashlight. Nothing too fancy. Check this out. As you guys can see, the hub, or the wheel bearing, appears to be leaking. I guess that's what you get with Amazon wheel bearings. But yeah, everything else looks pretty clean. The axle boot looks fine. This is the one I just put in not too long ago. It looks fine. No tears or anything like that. What was that little pesky bolt I was working with? So that's back in there. So on that side, driver's side, I had to pop this arm out. I believe that is probably camber arm, maybe? I can't remember. I had to pop that out because I didn't want to take the brake caliper off, or like the e-brake line off, so I just kind of took the arm off. This one came out fine around it, the other one did not, so that's cool. But yeah, so we're going to disassemble this guy tomorrow and kind of get a fresh start. Maybe try to give this guy a fresh coat of paint just to make it look nice, or even just clean it up. Right now it looks a little crusty, and you know, kind of thing, while it's out, might as well take it apart. But yeah, so subframe is out, looking fresh. You guys can see I have these crusty old Megan Racing arms that have been in there for a while. I'm pretty sure all of these bolts are installed incorrectly. Like, I don't know. I think they're all installed incorrectly. That's what I was told at the alignment shop when I got it aligned last. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to deal with fixing it because there's no point. I'll just do the arms. And I got a whole box of GK Tech parts for this. So the other thing I wish I did was get these new bushings here. But other than that, it's good. So, alrighty, I will see you guys tomorrow. Same video, same thing, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. I decided I'm going to make this video into, I think, 2 separate parts. So part 1 is the one you guys are just gonna, or just watching now, taking it out of the car. And then I think part 2 will be disassembling everything and getting it back in the car, refreshing everything. So I'm gonna put it to 2 parts, make it easier for everyone to watch, so it's not just one absurdly long video. Make it easier. So I am going to end this video here, and I'm going to pick up the second video right now after I end this. So stay tuned for that next video, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in part 2.